Hi, my name is Olia Hercules. I'm a British Ukrainian chef and food writer, and I am honored and delighted to have been picked by Klassiki to curate 4 Ukrainian films for you, 2 of which are recent and 2 are real classics. The first film is called Carol of the Bells by director Olesa Sayenko. The film is set in the city of Stanislaviv, modern-day Ivano-Frankivsk in western Ukraine, and it follows the lives of 3 families, Ukrainian, Polish and Jewish families who are neighbors, but unfortunately are stuck between the rock and the hard place. So first, the Soviets come and repress the parents of the Polish family, and then the Germans come. In Ukraine, it's been hailed as the movie of light in the dark times. It came out there this year in 2023. The name Carol of the Bells is Shedrik in Ukrainian, and it's based on a Ukrainian folk song. The name Carol of the Bells, the name of the movie Carol of the Bells is originally Shedrik in Ukrainian. Shedrik is a Ukrainian folk song made famous worldwide by Ukrainian composer Mykola Leontovich. You all know it. It will feature in the film, and I agree with how it was described in Ukraine. There's definitely a lot of light in this film, despite the tragedy that permeates it. Earth by Ukrainian maverick director Alexander Dovzhenko was filmed in 1929. It came out in the Soviet Union in 1930. It is a silent film, in this case with a beautiful score by Stephen Horn. It is about collectivization. So the Soviets in the late 1920s started the process of collectivization, going to Ukrainian peasants, taking away their land and kind of creating these huge industrialized collective farms. So that's what the movie is supposed to be about. It came out, and within 2 days the Soviets took it out of the cinemas. They criticized Dovzhenko and told him that it was too much about the poetry of the land and not enough about collectivization. It is, even though it's black and white, it is a feast for the eyes and for the soul. Shadows of Forgotten Ancestors is set in the Carpathian Mountains and follows the lives of Ukrainian Hutsul people, who are Ukrainian Highlanders. It is an unusual movie in many ways. It was released in the 1960s in the Soviet Union, when everybody was supposed to be the same. The Soviet person is supposed to be gray. You're not supposed to have any kind of national idiosyncratic features about you. And Parajanov, being a subversive, nonconformist director, goes against the grain and creates this masterpiece of a movie. In a nutshell, it is about a man who falls in love with the daughter of his father's murderer. She dies, he falls in love again. The plot is important, but what is even more important are the dizzying visuals that Parajanov gives us, and the amount of folkloric colors, traditions, magic. It's a highly unusual film for Soviet times, and actually in general. I cannot recommend this film enough, and also many other movies by Sergei Parajanov. It's an absolute genius. My Thoughts Are Silent by Antonio Lukic is an indie comedy. It is about a young sound engineer, Vadim, who gets commissioned by a Canadian company to record animal sounds in Transcarpathia. It's a part of Western Ukraine by the Hungarian border. Vadim loves his job. He does his job really well, very creatively. But there's also a character of his mom who kind of tries to, you know, put a wedge between Vadim and his work. You know, so it's about parental kind of relationships as well, about intergenerational differences. It is an audibly and visually a beautiful film that makes you think, and I find is also quite calming. And I really hope you enjoy this one.